So now that we have a service that allows us to have it locally and access a local API on our local machine, it'd be great to explore the fact that we can integrate both of these services, right? A local service that we can expose it to our local application, and integrate it even with services that are going out and fetching data from elsewhere, right? So, for instance, we could um, we could expose a service here that does pretty much the equivalent of going out that the service that we were looking at earlier, right? That was going out to OMDB, but it would be mapped to something that is local, and we could change the schema, the URL pattern that it's matched to. Okay, so for instance, we can have this search movies by title that can receive the title as an argument, right? And then retrieve the data from the service that we just wrote earlier, right? So for instance, here we could use that service that we were using earlier. I think it was OMDB. What was it called? There it is. OMDB Web Service Client, right? And we can use it. We can wrap our service around their service, right? So for instance, we can do a search movie by title. Right? We can take the title that comes in as an argument, and we provide the key to this. I don't know if I have an example here with my key. Do I? I don't have a key. Let's use my key here somewhere as an argument. Provide that. This would come back with just a plain old string. Right? This would be just a string. This would be a JSON string. Right? Somehow we would need to be able to convert it into a higher level object. Okay? Now, again, we can use some of the mechanisms here to automatically convert JSON into Java, or we can do it manually. So let me show you how to do it manually. There are quite a few libraries out there that allow you to just manually parse JSON. One of them is just plain from the authors of JSON. JSON. If you go to json.org, they have lots and lots of libraries that allow you to parse it. So let's actually do it. We can create a JSON object. So this would be movies JSON, and we can use one of the constructors that can take as argument the string, the JSON string, and converts it into an object that can then be parsed, right, using object-oriented mechanisms. I don't know if I have this. I do. Oh, yeah, there it is. Org.json. Right. Now knowing the structure of the JSON in there, knowing that there's a search attribute in there, we can retrieve, for instance, an array of JSON objects in there. So we can say retrieve a JSON array, movies from this movie JSON. So movies JSON dot get array, JSON array, and it's called the search, right? Remember the string, right? It was a JSON object, right, that has a search attribute that contains an array of JSON objects in there. So let's bring that to from org.json. There it is. Movies. Oh, I think this is movie. So wait a minute. So I think what names did I use here? JSON object, and this is the search. This is a search as an array. Once we have that, we can just iterate over them, right? Just say how many are there in that array, and just iterate over the array that comes back, instantiating each one of these JSON objects, getting the ith JSON object in that array. and then retrieving each one of the attributes in that JSON object. Right, here we're just retrieving the title, the IMDb, and the poster. And we can use it to construct a new instance, a new movie instance locally with one of our constructors, movie, the IMDb, the title, and the poster. And then just add it to the array list, and then return an array list. So let's try that. Let's see what comes back here. So this is mapped to what? This is mapped to API / movie / title / and then whatever we want in there. So for instance, Batman. So let's try that. Oops. So this would be movie, and then title, and then Batman. Okay, notice that it comes back with our schema, right? Not their schema. Right? We've converted it into our own representation, our own attributes, IMDb, poster URL, title, and whatnot. And we can make it as normalized as we want, right? This could be as hierarchical as we want, as opposed to them providing their own flat schema, something that is convenient for us, right? And this is very common that we query something that is in a particular representation, and we convert it to something that is more convenient in our particular enterprise. Right. So now that we have that, perhaps we could play around with being able to retrieve it not only with a title but also with the IMDb. So let's add that mechanism as well. This will allow us to get the detailed information about that movie, right? So let's add that. This is again the same OMDB API that we wrote earlier, and the same key. The same key, and this is going to parse out the JSON object and return the entire movie object. Did we not call it search movie by IMDb? Okay, search movie by IMDb. I thought that's what I said. No? Maybe I misspelled it. Let's see, plot. Did we not have a plot? Set, I guess I didn't have a plot. All right, no, never mind the plot. I'll just return the movie.
Sounds like most Hollywood movies.
Wait, why didn't I have a plot? Maybe create method. Oh, I could just create the method. There we go. And this would set this dot plot. Do I have a plot? I don't have a plot. Just like the new Star Wars movies. Plot. Well, I mean, sorry. Never mind. Set plot, and so presumably I need a string here for the plot. So private string plot. There we go. All right, so let's try that. If I do have an IMDb, let's see this one. I should be able to say also do an IMDb ID, and I have an internal error. Oh my goodness. Did I misspell it? Did I misspell something? Runtime could not, master pan, return, blah, 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 blah. Regex is complete. Let's see, probably because I added that plot. Okay, never mind. Forget about the plot. Let me go back and let's not set the plot. Okay, let's restart the server. Restart the server. And this is mapped to IMDb and then the ID. Did I spell it right? Yeah, okay. I still get what's going on. Match, replace all strings. Append replacement. Oh, it's something with replace all strings? Really? Search movie by ID, line 64. Am I not passing something here?
Path parameter is not right.
Path parameter. Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. So this should match, right? That should match. Okay, this should restart. Restart, come on. There we go. It's restarting, rebuilding. There it is. So it retrieved that one movie. All right. So basically, we have a local representation of that particular schema that could be used for internal purposes and however we want to consume it on whatever client we choose to use. Here I have a very simple client that uses jQuery if you want to explore doing that. That just grabs the title, grabs the search results, and allows you to type the title and the IMDb that allows you to retrieve that for rendering the movie. I'm not sure if you're interested in this. And generating that. All right. I think I'm going to leave it here. I think a lot of folks have questions about the exam, so I'll stay here. If you want to grade them, we can go over them together. All right.